Thank you all for being here. My name is Catherine Grzeszczuk. I want to start off by thanking the CUPE Ontario Executive Board, the countless workers, unions, and organizations who have supported me since my termination. I have the courage to stand here today because of all of you. Thank you for being here. I am here today to respond to the public mischaracterization of my Facebook comment as hateful and that my employment as a paramedic is somehow a threat to public safety. For 22 months, we've watched the state of Israel genociding Palestinians while simultaneously carrying out illegal acts of military aggression against countries like Iran. As an elected member of the CUPE Ontario Executive Board, my post referred to the documented killing of workers. In October 2024, 4 municipal water workers were bombed by Israel while traveling to repair water infrastructure near Khan Yunis. Israel has killed over 1,500 healthcare workers. Many others have been kidnapped and tortured. We have seen an endless bombings of hospitals and ambulances. In March of this year, we learned about 15 emergency responders, including 8 Red Crescent paramedics, who were assassinated by the Israeli Defense Forces. They were attacked while in clearly marked emergency vehicles with their emergency lights activated, and their bodies were recovered days later, buried in a mass grave in the sand with their vehicles. They were murdered for trying to provide emergency medical care to wounded Gazans. I'm not aware of any ambulance service in the GTA or in Ontario that has said a single word to express any grief for fellow Red Crescent paramedics, let alone to condemn these war crimes. Palestinians continue to be murdered en masse because Canadian public institutions fail to recognize them as human beings. The Israeli-run GHF sites have now been widely condemned by Western governments as sites of killing that seek to displace Palestinians further within Gaza, concentrating people in ever smaller areas of land while continuing a policy of starvation. When I wrote that Israel snipes children, I was referring to physician testimony about treating Palestinian children with injury patterns of single gunshot wounds to the head and chest. Children do not accidentally end up with bullets in their vital organs. These are the intentional acts of an occupying army. And now we are watching Palestinian children literally be starved to death. Today, I express my solidarity with all the workers who have been fired, disciplined, and harassed in their workplaces for simply opposing genocide, for insisting that Palestinians are human. Other workers, including CUPE members, have faced trumped-up criminal charges through initiatives like Project Resolute for protesting Canada's complicity. We are punishing and criminalizing those who are trying to throw a wrench in a war machine that has annihilated at least 60,000 people, approximately 20,000 of whom are children, and has annihilated all of Gaza. What is hateful is the actions of the Israeli state towards Palestinians, not my descriptions of them, because it is first and foremost about preserving life and alleviating suffering. And organizing to end a genocide does not contradict those professional obligations. It is an extension of those professional obligations. Seeking to end a genocide is not a threat to public safety. It is public safety. I really hope that I'm soon reinstated so that I can continue using my life-saving skills to serve the residents of York Region. I'm proud to belong to CUPE Ontario, a union that is committed to anti-racism. While our federal politicians are expressing condemnation for Israel's actions, they continue to authorize military equipment exports to Israel. But as workers, we have the power to end Israel's war crimes. I'm inspired by dock workers in Greece, France, and Italy who have refused to move Israeli military goods destined for Israel, refusing to do the work of genocide. We have a term in the union movement, hot cargo, that refers to goods produced by a company involved in a union work stoppage. In solidarity, other workers boycott moving or working with hot cargo. It is time for workers, for union leaders, to declare all goods, services, and relationships with the state of Israel as hot cargo. I'm going to say that again. It is time for workers and for union leaders to declare all goods, services, and relationships with the state of Israel as hot cargo. Because none of us are free until Palestine is free.